I'm in the car. We're at Kmart, and we just got some Wendy's coming back from my brother's concert. We don't have my brother because he went with his mom. Got like lots of Wendy's. The whole bottom area is full of it. And I'm just chilling. My dad's in Kmart. I can actually see him. I mean Circle K. Damn it. Yeah.
So as I was compiling this video this morning, I came across that little short that is in the intro, and I guess my daughter, while I went into the gas station to get a couple things, she started filming, and it made me realize something. You know, you don't think your kids are paying attention, and they are. They are watching everything you do. So moms and dads out there, I'm telling you, man, you know, we don't think the kids hear us sometimes. We don't think the little, not that my wife and I fight or anything, but we sometimes have heated discussions over things. You know, life can be quite stressful. Money, bills, things. Sometimes it's about them. They hear and they pay attention. So it's, trying to be a good example. It's like, man, it's a heck of a responsibility. And it kind of shocks you when you realize, like, whoa, I got to keep my crap together. You know what I mean? I want today's video to be kind of fun. We got a lot of comments to go through, and I think you guys are going to enjoy some of the ones that I picked out for you. But I had a thought that occurred to me, something I wanted to talk about. I've been enjoying doing these videos, and getting back into the Warhammer thing. I got called a grifter. Thought that was cute, and it's like, well, you're not in Warhammer. There's no evidence of it. And you go back, and it's like the idea being that I'm hopping on the bandwagon because it's a popular thing to argue about, and I don't know what I'm getting out of it other than it's just fun to do these videos. But I can kind of see where, I can see his point, I suppose. But the thought occurred to me. It's like, here we are, grown men. What a time we live in, where we can go online and argue about toys. And the world is literally falling apart around us. If you just spend all your time online, and I've noticed that a lot of us do, we spend a lot of time online, and it might not necessarily be social media. Some people, I see guys on Facebook all day and all night. That's all they do is scroll Facebook. And I see some people, well, I would be guilty of this, where we consume a lot of YouTube videos. And to me, it's replaced what television used to be. Like, I don't watch TV anymore. I don't watch network ever. I just kind of just get what's going on YouTube, and it covers everything. It covers politics, it covers popular media, it covers everything. There's nothing that YouTube doesn't touch on, and I can just mindlessly just check out. You know what I mean? Like, the brain is gone. And it's really easy to get caught up in all of these social issues. But I've noticed when I unplug and I'm doing my daily life, like the majority of my day, I'm at work, and there's just no phone at all. Like, I'm not online. That world is totally disconnected. And in my days interacting with all the people I interact with, like, none of this stuff that is front and center on social media is even evident in the real world. You know what I mean? None of this stuff comes up. It's like two different existences. In one hand, the world's coming to an end. Jesus is coming for the second time, and judgment, Armageddon's about to happen. And on the other hand, we're just living our lives, doing our thing, trying to pay our bills. And like, what is true and what is false, and what's important and what's not important? And the solution I came up with is that one person can't change the world. But what one person can do is make the lives of the people around him a little bit better. So that was my reminder my memento mori, if you will, to unplug, go in and hug my wife. I told her, I said, baby, I miss you. And she looked at me and said, I'm not feeling it. And I think what she was trying to tell me is sometimes I spend a little bit too much time on this thing. And it's really, really important to find that balance. So, as fun as this is, and as awesome as it is, and there's nothing wrong with it, don't forget to unplug and actually spend some time with the ones you love, because they are watching. All right, the first up, Click 7386, in response to my Warhammer 40k DEI debate. That video, just a small one little line comment. I'm sorry your feelings are hurt. Now, why am I bringing that up? Seems pretty innocuous, right? Well, one thing I noticed, a shared sentiment that you'll say about people that tend to be on the woke side of things, we'll say on the left, is they keep saying things like, cope, or I hope your feelings are hurt, or, you know, they want us to, like, they hope it, whatever we're talking about really, really just gets under our skin. It bothers us to where we just can't handle it. And I keep trying to explain to these people, like, there's no feelings behind it. Like, we're not wired that way. They think, they tend to be really, really emotional, and we're not. You know, if you look at the 5 personality traits, they think everybody's like that. You know, really super emotional and sensitive, and things really, really bother them on an emotional level, and why we are upset about these things, and it angers us, and we are protective, hence the word conservative. We're not, like, going to sleep mad. It's like, yeah, at the end of the day, it is just a tabletop game. It's annoying. You guys are annoying. You annoy us like mosquitoes. And you can't get rid of mosquitoes no matter what you do. You bomb the yard, you gas, you use bug spray. It's like the little bastards just keep coming back. That's the sentiment. Pest control. Remember, oh God, when Trump got elected, you remember all the memes of the people screaming in the streets, just breaking down in total catharsis, like screaming, it's the end of the world. Oh my God. They keep bringing up January 6th, but if you recall, man, like, they had the District of Columbia held hostage for like 2 weeks. There was just the streets were on fire. They did millions of dollars of property damage. Like, that was a true insurrection, and there was barely any coverage of it. And then they point to January 6th, and they're like, they broke a window. A guy got killed. Dude. When Trump got elected, you do something, like, go online and look that up. You would have thought that the District of Columbia got invaded by a foreign country. That's how bad it was. Nobody could get in and out of there. The streets were on fire. They destroyed all of the small businesses up and down the streets surrounding. Now, they didn't actually invade the White House, so I guess you could make that argument that it wasn't an actual insurrection. But when you can't come and go, and good Lord, if you live down there, Jesus, it made the Seattle thing look like, you know, kids camping. It was bad, and there's almost zero coverage at all. Isn't that interesting? But the point I was going to make was, you know, like, when Biden got elected, we were like, wow, they really did it. They elected this guy. They elected an octogenarian who's going senile. And it's so apparent, like, it just blew me away. And, you know, I'm not going to get into the whole, like, you know, Republican, Democrat thing. Like, I'm not saying I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not saying I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm certainly not a Biden supporter, I can tell you that much. What I am saying is that we just don't think like you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't bother us like that. It is funny when you like, wish that on us. Like, man, I got him. He's going to lose sleep over this. And we're like, oh, you know, like, when we turn the computer off and get busy doing our real life stuff, I'm not even thinking about this. It isn't until I get back online and I read the comments where I'm like, ooh, Lord of mercy. Like, sometimes I won't check my comments for a couple of days. So when I come back, I'm just like, wow. You know, And in that moment, I'm like taken aback, like, oh, like I feel like my laptop's trying to eat me. But no, man, like when I get offline and I'm playing with my kids, or I'm at work, or I'm training, or I'm focused on the real world, this gets turned off, and that goes away until I come back and log back on again. Man, and you guys should do the same. You really should. This can become your life, and this can become your real world, and this can make you lose faith in humanity and make it seem like the world's coming to an end and that we're all doomed. And maybe we are, but I'm telling you, if you disconnect from this thing and go outside and talk to your neighbors and interact with the people in your community and just look around. I can't speak for everywhere in the country. I don't know. Maybe some of the places you guys will live in are really bad. But here in Vegas, I can walk down the street and I say hi to everybody and they say hi back to me, and it doesn't matter what the demographics are. We have a pretty good mix in my neighborhood. I would say 1/3 white, 2/3 people of color of different ethnic backgrounds, and we all get along pretty good. I know all my neighbors. The kids come over and play, and it ain't a thing. You know what I mean? We all get along. We all barbecue. They have their siestas on the weekend. Sometimes I wish they'd tone that down a little, but I can live with it because I have a rooster. I get them back in the mornings. So, this next comment is from Reef Eco, REEFECO. And this douchebag just basically vomits all over my page. He writes this 20-page thesis and basically like, I've been doing 40k for 30 years. This whole DEI debate after the female custodians was mentioned in lore is embarrassing. Okay, dude, I'm 50 years old. Like, I've been around. Like, I've obviously played the game in the 80s, so like that's not a qualifier. Like, I started playing the game way back when, and then we got away from it for 10 years, and then dipped back into it for a couple, and it's like, yeah, the game's changed over the years. But his whole argument, it's just dismissive, basically saying that it's stupid for us to have an opinion because it's just plastic toys, which misses the entire point altogether. And I said, you didn't even watch the video. Well, you couldn't have, because that's not the argument. The argument is not, I get sick of saying it, dummy. It's not that they made the change, it's why they made the change. It's the motivations. And I mean, you just get, and I don't know, he's just one of those like sanctimonious, pedantic, super moralistic, like, you know, like just comes off as like pretentious. And, oh my god, how do you? Look, dude, it's really basic. I've said it before in about 3 or 4 other videos. Any one of these things can be, you can say, yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid for a grown man to care about this. But then we never say anything, and they go through every single IP and ruin all of them. And before you know it, everything's gone. And that's exactly what's happened. Disney ruined Star Wars. Halo, that's Paramount Plus. Lord of the Rings is being defiled by Amazon. What they Cowboy Bebop? That was laughable what they did to that show. It's like these people, The Witcher. I mean, pick an IP in the last 10 years that they just haven't completely just gutted, made woke, and destroyed it, and attacked the fan base that was pre-existing. So they drove all of their customers away. All the comic book stores are shut down. And grown men shouldn't collect comic books. That could be your argument. Grown men shouldn't collect toys. That could be your argument. Grown men shouldn't watch cartoons. That could be your argument. Grown men shouldn't care about video games. That could be your argument. Grown men shouldn't care about anything. We should just let it all get wiped out, and they just destroy the culture. I went and looked at his page. Reef Eco. He's actually got a really interesting channel, and I would suggest going to check it out. If you're into saltwater aquariums, or you're looking to set up filtration systems, he's actually got really good information, and I subscribed to his channel. I know, I was watching his videos, and I was just gonna shit all over him, and then I'm like, wow, this is actually really good information. me being, having an engineering background, and my wife being a microbiologist, and we got the tanks in the house, and we are working on trying to set up filtration systems that are self-sustaining. Like our tanks have their own ecosystems. And I was watching some of his stuff, and I found some really useful things that I can add to my own setup. So I'm like, God damn it, I want to hate this guy, but he's actually got good information. So if you're into aquariums, saltwater specifically, but a pump's a pump. So if you're looking to make a setup, like he's got good information, and I would say check him out. But your take still sucks, and you're one of those guys that's like, they try to do that gotcha thing. Like, you don't really care about the argument, you just want to try to make people look bad, and that's a really bad look, my guy. And I don't know, I don't like you, and I like you. All right, this next comment, one of my favorites. This is Ace Taxia Gaming. Oh, look, a giant fucking grifter who didn't give a shit about the hobby until he found a way to turn it into his grift. God, certain comments, I don't know why, but they make me want to fight. Don't you just wish? When I make a comment, I have to stand behind it. I'm accountable for every word I say, because it's my picture on the profile, it's my family, it's me in the videos. Like, I'm a real person in real life with a career, like you could call my job or whatever. You know how they cancel you. So I have to stand by, and I do stand by everything I say. And sometimes I'm wrong about things, and I have to correct myself. But doubt you'll ever get an apology from me. But if I'm wrong, I will definitely correct it for sure. Then you get these guys. They don't have a profile picture. They don't have to stand behind what they say. They can just vomit all over everything, leave a comment, and keep going. And that's usually what it is, like, and you just know that if they were in front of you, you just like, yeah, let's hear your opinion, buddy. You just know it'd be a lot different. But here's the thing, I went and looked at his page, and he's Ace Taxia Gaming is what he's called. And me being a grifter, I have way by exponentially more Warhammer content than he has on his page. Way more. I'm a grifter. Like, you don't create anything. You're not a content creator. You just have links to other people's stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you're calling me a grifter? Check his page out, Ace Taxia Gaming. Like, I don't even know what the heck to say about it. Like, you should probably, I don't know, work on yourself, buddy. Am I a grifter though? I don't know. Like, I always hinted that I was into Warhammer, and I think I posted, like, I made a playlist, and I call it Warhammer 40k and Friends, and I moved all of my videos, most of them, where I showcase my little figurines that over the last year or so that I put together, and the cosplay stuff. I'm sure I've missed a few videos because, every once in a while I'll throw a costume on and do lifting, like the Sub-Zero ones. I gotta find those and move those over. Our family likes to do cosplay. I'm gonna include that. Anything that's gonna be like a video game or anime or anything real, nerd culture, I'm gonna have on that playlist, including this video. This video will be on that playlist as well. Because that way it separates everything. And if people want to watch that playlist, they can. And if people just want to stick to the lifting, they can. And I'm going to separate those two things. Yeah, and I guess to his point that he's making is like, yeah, I wasn't really putting it out there that I was a fan. But anybody who knows me, you guys all knew that I was into Warhammer. I've been kind of peppering that in my content for the last 3 years. If I'm not mistaken. This was the first thing that kind of caught my attention when 10th edition came out. I was like, what the heck? I'd just gotten accustomed to 9th edition, and then they came out with 10th edition, and none of the changes they made were good. I mean, across the board, Games Workshop was just crapping all over us, and the Custodes thing was the thing that stuck out to me because of the Henry Cavill move to Amazon. And the comment where they lied to us is what stuck out to me, and that's where I decided, you know what, I'm going to throw my opinion in because it genuinely pissed me off. And I don't know. I guess if I'm going to go, what is a grifter though? Isn't it somebody who scams or like you got to get something out of it, right? Like, what am I getting out of this besides grief? Entertainment? I don't know. Not money, that's for sure. Ace, yeah, check him out. He's I don't know, nothing. There's really nothing there. Alright, I think that's enough for one day. I'm going to be doing some boxing training this weekend with actual people, so you might see some scars on me come Monday. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm going to break the trap on. I'm going to do some heavy deadlifts. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Give me something. Tell me what you want me to train in the comment section. I'll be your monkey boy. I'm not sure what I'm going to do today. Maybe I'll take the day off. Is that something I even have in me? I don't know. I'm feeling a lot better though, man. I still have some digestive issues. I'm still getting the bloating thing. But the intermittent fasting, like right now, I'm thin, man. Look at that. Ready to go. All right. I love you guys. I will see you on the battlefield.